Hello, my lunatic friend. It's a crypto lunatic from the Luna Cafe, bringing you hidden gems before they pump and demystifying the language of crypto for newcomers to the space. And today I bring you the efforts of me spending about 3 hours crafting a prompt on Grok to get it to tap into its full research capabilities and start suggesting projects which have got really strong fundamentals, but not enough hype or not getting the hype that maybe they deserve, leading to price suppression. So, as I say, this is about 3 hours of work and crafting a prompt to really explore the full research capabilities of Grok, and it was capable of some really interesting stuff. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk about this project in the background, which once again from the chart looks like a scam coin. It's KYVE Network. I'm going to talk about how I found it. I'm going to talk about what it is. I'm going to talk about why you might want to take a look at it. But like anything I talk about, it's not financial advice. I'm not invested in KYVE and I'm not paid by the company to talk about it. This is a completely neutral review. And with that in mind, my friend, join me on a journey. So we started up here, fancy prompt. So there you go, three underreported crypto projects. I'll show you the other two, but really I'm going to focus on KYVE. So here's an overview. So KYVE Network's a decentralized data lake for Web3, enabling projects to store, archive, and access blockchain data efficiently. It solves the problem of reliable historical data storage for decentralized apps, which is critical for analytics, AI, and decentralized finance, but often overlooked. It's built on the Kronos ecosystem. KYVE uses a unique validator model to ensure that data integrity and accessibility. So the native token is KYVE and it's used for staking governance and incentivizing data providers. It's got a very strong team. It solves a big problem in blockchain that data storage is fragmented and expensive and often centralized, which means that there's a single point of failure. So this is looking to solve those problems. Now, here's what's interesting, the recent traction. So as of August 2025, their total value locked is 1.2 million. So the active wallets grew by 28% in the last 3 months, and transaction volume spiked 15% month over month, indicating growing adoption. This thing is growing. It's growing. Pre-sale stats. KYVE completed its seed round in 2022, raising 2.8 million with no recent pre-sales, but increased staking activity. Now, this is going to be interesting when I show you the rest of the stats, but bear that in mind. So, lots of data sources. Why it's underreported. Evidence of low hype. Now, this is a thing. Hype can pump prices so that they're overvalued, and also no hype can leave undervalued cryptos that aren't getting the shout out they deserve. This is my competitor analysis. There's not many people are talking about it. Sentiment analysis is 70% positive on X. Also, the Reddit comments. So, cross-platform sentiment and correlation. There's consensus. There's discrepancies with a slight effect, which is worth looking through. Slight skepticism. The data storage is not sexy enough to moon. So what they're saying is this really, the problem it solves is not really a cool problem to have, or it's not directly associated with something that gets people excited. Storing data. It's a boring moonshot is what this is. So there's no major red flags as well. So we looked at keyword tracking. That's more for my channel. And developer activity. Now, this is huge. Developer activity. 45 commits in the last 3 months. This is big. This shows that developers are getting interested in this. So it's got multi-language analysis. We can see that it's not just here, it's Spain and even Japan are talking about KYVE. So this is a global thing. And you compare it to something like the graph, which is indexing. So the beginner-friendly explanation, think of KYVE as a Google Drive of blockchain, storing data so apps like Uniswap can work smoothly. Graph made millionaires, KYVE could too. So there you go, my friend. Predictive analysis, traction in 1 to 3 months, based on 28% wallet growth, 50% transaction volume increase, the Cosmos ecosystem momentum. KYVE could 3 to 5x in price if Web3 adoption accelerates. So there you go, confidence score, 70% from mainstream adoption. And the rest is new stuff for my Luna Cafe. My Luna Cafe, which you can look through. But what I will do, I'll scroll down so you can see the other two. Width is the other one that it talked about. And trend. Now, I looked that up. I couldn't even get a chart for trend. So good luck in finding that. Let's continue with KYVE. So here we see, look, it was launched when it first started trading back in August 2023. It was at 4 cents. We see that we're significantly down from there. This thing has been up here, look, to 15 cents. It's a massive multiple. And we seem to have bottomed out on the price action here. We also see that the market cap is in the Degen zone. We are in the Degen zone, my lunatic friends. This is the super high risk category, but also the category of projects that could go ballistic. They could go super high because it only takes a small amount of money invested in this to make it shoot up. It's the Degen zone. So we can see here that most of the tokens are unlocked. And look, the steep part of the investing schedule is almost over. 62% of the tokens unlocked. In fact, and then if we go forward a bit, we see, look, there's only a few percentage that takes us up to February 2026. That's only 71%. So there's only less than 10% of tokens to become between now and February. In fact, we go here. So there's going to be about 10% over the next year, roughly released. But that's not going to matter, and I'll show you why. Because this is the important thing. This is CryptoRank. It tells us tiny market cap. It tells us that even the fully diluted value when all the tokens are unlocked is still under 10 million, which is still Degen zone, my friends. But here's the stat I want you to really pay close attention to. These guys, back in 2023, they invested in the IEO and they got this token for 15 cents. They're sitting on a 95% loss now. It's 96.3% down from its all-time high, and it's only 12% up from its all-time low. So the odds of this going down any further are very low, and the odds of it going up quite significantly are very high, which is really what you want to know. So let's go to their social media. And we see 71,000 followers. That's no mean feat for a tiny little Degen coin. And we look and see here, we've got activity. We've got August the 12th, which is 2 days ago. We see activity. More from August the 12th. Less activity, but still activity. August the 11th, activity. We're seeing an active social media account here, my lunatic friends. It's active and there's plenty of people on it. So we go to Nansen. What we see is very low liquidity. Now, this is not so good. Because the token's so price suppressed, there's not much liquidity in there, which means that if you bought in now and wanted to sell it, it would be difficult to sell. So we're betting on the fact that liquidity is going to go up with time. But as it stands now, any money you put in, you are unlikely to be able to get out. Bear that in mind, my friends. We're dealing with both risk reward. This is the risk side of Degen coins. Low liquidity. So this is their website. Trusted Alpha starts with trusted data. So they just hold data. There you go. It's a very simple, shall we, dare I say, boring aspect of crypto, but it's a really important one. Really important one. So it's decentralized data storage and archiving of data. And finally, to DEX tools, which confirms the low liquidity. It's not quite as low as we saw on Nansen, because 23,000 is a little bit better, but it's still very low liquidity, which we have to bear in mind. So what we're seeing here is the boring side of crypto, but the boring side of crypto can be very profitable as well. Just ask people that got in early with the graph. This is unpumped. Crypto influencers are ignoring this project. They're probably not reaching out to crypto influencers. It's possibly a bunch of tech geeks that have put this project together. But the fact is, it's solving a real problem in the world of crypto, which is decentralized data storage, which means it doesn't have a single point of failure. Now, this is a problem that needed to be solved. It's completely degen at the moment. We're way under the 10 million mark, which means that risk reward, it's quite high. And it looks to me like this coin has bottomed out. It could go down a little bit more, but the odds of it going down by a percentage versus the odds of what it could go up as a percentage are completely outweighed. And I would say on the risk reward scale that this is an interesting project to look into. And the fact that the team are transparent as well, we know who they are. That's another tick for KYVE Network. But that's for you to decide. This is your decision and it's your crypto journey. And I am just a random lunatic on the internet talking about these things that you may or may not want to look into. Speaking of which, if you've enjoyed this and you want more of my little random commentaries of stuff to look into before it pumps, keeping it simple, the language of crypto, then you probably want to subscribe to the channel. And if you want another one of my little videos, you'll find that just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.